are they okay? Are we okay?
We've become a society where better you than me. Hey Ma, hey Chica, hey Dreamers. It's me, Cheezindreams, and I'm back for another video. If this is your first time, welcome. We're going to be talking about travel, exploring, life, food, fun, family, entertainment, and just have some good old laughs. And if you've been here before, you know how we do it. Let's go. Today we're just going to be talking about everyday life. And if you're watching this video now, hopefully you'll see the way I'm looking here. Sometimes it's just everyday life. There's no fluff, no makeup, no fancy clothes. This is me raw and uncut. Well, this might be a little extreme. However, I thought I'd come to you because the world today is just so torn. When we reflect back on 2020 and we think about everything that's gone on and up to this point, and you think about, you definitely don't want to repeat 2020, but you have to reflect back and think about the year and what has happened. Kobe Bryant and his family, his daughter passing away, his family experience, and not only him, others. The Black Lives Matter movement, people's lives being taken, and the way that that has been handled. People have different opinions on that. I'm not here to offer my opinion. I'm just reflecting back on the year and different things that have happened with the police and different comments that have been made. And I understand both sides, where I fear for the police, but I also understand where people are coming from. We're talking about racism and those that have experienced it, those who feel like that it doesn't exist, and those that have given first-hand accountability. I can say that I have experienced certain things with both the police and where I thought that there were unfair play, and the play was based basically on my skin color. But that's just, that's life, and that's how it's been and how we're moving forward. And today we have another problem with the pandemic. Of course, people have been sick, and we've lost people in 2020. Imagine that this was going to happen. We thought leading up to that, if you were dealing with things financially, relationship wise, it was just life, and sometimes you just have to get through it. But this year has been unique, and talking to different people, you still want to have some type of hope, because when you experience things that are just hitting you from every corner, where you don't know about your job situation, or you've already lost a job, or someone in the household lost a job, or finances are just out of whack. You really don't know how you're going to continue to go and feed your family, and not to mention our children are at home, and their social skills are already lacking due to social media, in my opinion. But you have to deal with their emotional state and their physical state. They're not out moving around like children should, so of course that's affecting them, their physical body. And so you can agree that we're all experiencing things on different levels, and sometimes people experience things and they handle things a different way, and there's other times where you just feel like enough is enough. And if one more thing happens, and we talk about depression, anxiety, and all that stuff is real. Issues and mental things are real. And I think the majority of us have some things that affect us, whether you are emotionally unstable or unstable at times, or whether you cover things up and you mask things and you pretend like they don't exist, or where you're verbal and you can express yourself and move on. I think we all have some type of coping mechanism, and the people that maybe don't, choose to, they can't take it anymore, we don't know, because we can sit back and say this or whatever, but you really don't know. So today I'm being extra vulnerable because I just feel like sometimes, you just keep getting hit, and just like anything, each time you hit it, the foundation and the structural, it's damaged. And if you think of yourself as a building, you're hit with this and you're hit with that, and you may have been strong and you might still be strong. I'm not saying you're not strong, but you cannot deny the fact when you've been hit, the area that you've been hit in, it weakened. You say, oh, what doesn't kill you just makes you stronger. We have a lot of sayings that we use to cope with. A lot of us do that, and it does help because we just put that in our mind, and sometimes it makes you resilient. But we also have to be honest, and sometimes we do cry. Sometimes we are sad. Sometimes the situations are just too much, and it could be for the moment, it could be for the day. Sometimes we as people feel like if it's not us, then we have all different types of reasons why a person would be doing that, or we just simply don't care. Lately, this is my opinion, Cheezindreams, it seems like a lot of people are being just desensitized. Where so much is happening, we're just getting harder and harder, and if it's not a person or a thing that's near and dear to us, and we can simply just discard a person's life, discard a person's reality, discard a person's worth. I hear sometimes if a person will pass away, I can hear people comment on, oh, that's so sad. And then the same people, I see how they treat people that are walking around and are living. And I'm not saying that they don't have reason for what they do, but we have become a society where it's almost like if we beat up on, or we push a person in a corner, or we don't deal with everyday life and try to help each other, we've become a society where better you than me. And I've been noticing a lot of people have really been going through, just really, where sometimes you're just starting to wonder, are they okay? Are we okay?
Are we okay?
Take, for instance, someone may have lost a loved one last year around this time, or coming up to this time. Or maybe they experienced something themselves in this time of year and just reminds them of that. A lot of people are thinking about the holidays, and yeah, you might get a basket of food, where if you're a person where you did not rely on that in the past, and this year has brought you to having to either not have a holiday, like say for Thanksgiving, and eat with your family. And even if you don't eat with your family, a lot of us rely on that family interaction where we get together and you laugh and you see the little babies and you see the elderly parents, and all of us are together. And it makes you feel so good because you have each other. Well, this year, we're forced to make a decision. Stay safe and as healthy as possible, and not see our family, not have our normal family gathering, or you're forced to make a decision and have your family gatherings, and now you have to subject everyone to, you could possibly be sick, you could possibly be very sick, you can even possibly die. So, it's just really tough when you want to be cheerful and you want to be happy and you want to have a better life. Some people are going to experience loneliness where, maybe their loved one, they're not together. Maybe they are alive. Maybe they're the person that they once loved is with another family. Maybe a mother where she would normally spend her holiday with her son or daughter. Maybe they've taken on a significant other and moved out of state. We really don't know. One thing is for certain is we're in a time that we've never been before, and whether we want to admit it or not, we are all suffering on all different levels, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, and how we deal with it is how we deal with it. Some of us will deal with it a little better, or some of us will appear that we're dealing with it better. Some of our children will not be the same, and some might be even improving with themselves. They might be finding who they really are. Time will tell. It's just right now, when you think about life and what's going on, what saddens me is we have people that are sick and dying, and we have the people that run the country, or whatever you want to call them. I don't even know, and I'm not blaming any certain ones, but we see how grown adults are behaving, and these are the same grown adults, no matter who they are, and I'm not picking anybody's side. I'm just saying you have grown adults behaving in the manner that they're behaving and doing what they're doing, and it's out there in the open. It's not even hidden. And these are the people that we are relying on to help us live. We are relying on these people to put aside their egos and decide what's best for all of us. Because one thing I can say, no matter what we're all going through, how we all feel about what we're going through, who we feel we're going to affect, one thing I can say is, just like money doesn't care what color spends it. This sickness doesn't pick who it affects. Yeah, you might have underlying conditions, but this sickness, this disease, it doesn't care if you're signing on the dotted line. It doesn't care if you have the biggest house on the block. It doesn't care if your child or your family are affluential people. What I can tell you is, this sickness is bringing a lot of people to death or losing someone. And on today, I encourage you to think back to when you were a little child. Think back to when things were nicer, when people were nicer. Maybe we had prejudice or racism or whatever you want to call it, but whatever side of the fence that you were on, you really cared about the people that you cared about. And there are even moments where you changed how you felt. So I challenge you on today, be vulnerable. Be vulnerable and deal with yourself and readjust how you are, and hold on tight. Hold on tight, because life is what it is, and as so long you are breathing and you are here, it might not be the perfect life, but it's your life. And you deserve everything that life has to offer. So, if you've liked what you've seen thus far, even if you don't, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and come cheese with me. Bye, Mom. Hit that notification bell. What? Hit that notification bell. What? Hit that notification bell. And come cheese with me. Bye, Mom.